Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Rolka. Thank you for checking out my video. This is a quick tip. One of the most important aspects of our singing practice is getting our vowels to align. So this is about how we practice, and specifically, I'm talking about how we practice the many videos that I have here on my channel or you might encounter elsewhere. In general, when we are working with our voices, we want to foster the most smooth transition between the vowels that we're using in the exercises. Now, that's not to say that you won't from time to time practice other things. That is important too. But as a baseline or neutral mode of phonation, we want to make seamless connections between the vowels and maintain as much of the quality of our voice as we move through them. In other words, if you're singing an E vowel, the quality of your voice, the tone quality, the intonation, all of those things should be carried over when you move on to another vowel. And I would like to focus very closely on that moment of transition. Now, before I do that, and I'll show you how this works, I want to thank you if you've chosen to subscribe. It really helps the channel. I really appreciate it. It takes only a moment, and my thanks to you if you should choose to do that now. There are, of course, other ways to support my channel. Those are all in the description, and that does include Patreon, so you can get MP3s of these practices to take with you wherever you should travel. About that vowel alignment. If we have problems with intelligibility on stage or in our singing in general, intelligibility being the ease with which others understand you when you are singing, or your intonation is a little bit sketchy, or sometimes you think you sound really great and other times, not so much, vowel alignment can be one of the key components to fixing those qualities in your voice. And that means that you can then sing an exercise, for example, with vowels that are said to align. In other words, the qualities of my voice will go from one vowel to the next. And generally, in vocal studies, we use 5 different vowels. And when we practice, we want to go between them and carry over the qualities. How do we do that, though? It starts by anticipating the transition and practicing keeping the tone going through that transition. So if I were to slow things down, it's very obvious, and I'm kind of dragging it out quite a bit in the interests of illustration, right? I am getting ready to make the transition from E to A on starting around the 3rd note of the scale, maybe in between like the 3rd and the 4th. I'm leaving a lot of space for it. In the beginning, we may need that much time in order to make the transition smoothly. This is especially true if you have gotten into the habit of breaking your phrase, or breaking it in a more subtle way. That diminuendo, or pulling back, or getting softer before the vowel change, is another way of not really keeping the phrase going. We could say that we are not singing through the high note. We are not singing through the phrase. It's another way of trying, and I think that these things like breaking the phrase, or we get into those habits out of a great desire to make sure that we are getting these vowels right. And that in and of itself is admirable. But those kinds of practices won't result in very consistent tone quality, vowel alignment, and phrasing as well, because if you need to pull back or insert a break in between every vowel change, things are going to get very, very choppy very quickly. So we practice, even if it's a little bit blurry at first, elongating that transition so that we keep the airflow moving across the transition between vowels, trying to move the tongue only as much as we need to, listening really carefully for the tone quality, intonation, and all those other aspects of our singing. And we do this for each of these vowels. In my videos, this is a big reason why my videos are constructed the way that they are. Many times in the beginning parts of the videos, I am going from vowel to vowel to vowel in ways that it's generally speaking easier to make these transitions. And then later on in the sequences, I am challenging you. If in the past, you're only doing a little bit of the warm-up to kind of get warmed up, which is of course what it says in the title, I might suggest that you go a little further because those challenges will enhance your overall technique with your singing. But in each of these examples, we're going to elongate that transition when we are getting used to vowel alignment. And with practice, it will get faster and faster, so that ultimately it sounds as if there's no real point of transition. We're just going from one vowel to the next. It's still there, it's just done very, very quickly in a very small amount of time. And with practice, you get into the habit of going right to the position that the tongue and all the soft tissue needs to be in, so that transition gets nice and fast. And we get nice, seamless, connected legato phrases. This is vowel alignment. This would apply to basically every video that I've done. When you are doing melismatic phrases like I've demonstrated in this video, if you are new to vowel alignment practices, give yourself a little bit extra time. So anticipate the vowel change, and over time you'll get faster and faster and faster, so you won't have to anticipate it that much, and it will just sound like you're seamlessly threading through those vowels. If this raises more questions than it answers, that's what the comments are for, and I would look forward to seeing what you have to say about this if you have a question, or just in general. I'm always eager to answer your questions, either in the comments or on one of my questions from comments segments. So do feel free to avail yourself of the comments. Once again, thank you if you've chosen to subscribe. I really appreciate it. And there are many other ways you can support my channel. Those are in the description, and they do include Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jeff. Take really good care of your voices, enjoy singing, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.